Mr. Mojo Rising. Mr. Mojo Rising. Mr. Mojo Rising. Hey guys, how's it going? It's The Real Randy Chavez coming at you today with Earth 2 update video. Thank you to all my Patreon members. This is going to be real Patreon type material right here. Shout out to everyone that does that. Referral code down below as well. A big question that I've gotten recently is from a couple of people is, how can I make money, but not just make money, how can I make a living in Earth 2? This is an incredible, you can do it. I'm sure you can do it. Again, if you can have people in 2010, if you say end, then 2010, then it's 2000, and then 10 cents. So 2010, make a living on Second Life. Now, I know what you're saying, well, Second Life was a really big deal, and it still kind of is, and people still make money on it. The way they did it, I referenced it the other day, that couple, they got an island, they rented that island out, they used that income to get another island, so on and so forth, and they were able to do that. This is in 2010, where you could only play that on a laptop or computer that supported, that was good enough to support the graphics and the, cards processing for that game. Now, we have confirmation from the developers that say, no, you are not going to need a supercomputer. You're not going to need a Tesla to be able to play this, although you will be able to play it on your Tesla. You'll be able to play it on your phones, Mac, computer, laptop, whatever you have, MacBook Pro. Everyone's going to be able to play this. And back in 2010, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think I even used the internet on my phone. When I was in high school in the mid-2000s, you had to pay for that. You had a mini heart attack when it was like, oh, God, internet. Oh, my God, I'm going to get charged. Parents are going to kill me. I think in 2012, when I was working at the pizza place, I had YouTube on my phone, and I was able to play it there. But for the most part, you couldn't do that. And even with computers, a lot of people weren't online. YouTube was only a couple of years old by 2010. There were not a lot of places to right now, the community that's gotten for this, there was nothing like that for Second Life. There was nothing like that. There was maybe a forum or two. There wasn't Reddit, Reddit forums. There wasn't Tumblr that you can go on to say some strategies for how to do that. There are YouTube videos every day now. I know because I make YouTube videos every day for this game. Sometimes twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. And this is going to be so much bigger than that. That's why I know we'll be able to not only make money, but make a living with it. But again, I'm going to say there's going to be a couple of barriers. And I know what the developers have said. There's going to be barriers to entry, or the barriers to entry are going to be very minimal, but that's just to entry. There's going to be people at first that are going to, the pioneers of this, that are going to throw lots and lots of money at this. And they're going to be able to say, okay, because like I said in the last video, first to market, whoever builds the first bowling alley or, race car station, or even just games, flip cup, Pong, whatever you want, the first person to do that is going to get all the people at their place. Why? Because they're the first to market. Now, again, if it's something very rudimentary and simple, again, cream rises to the top. You're going to get other people, which is going to be great for us, the user, because we're going to see so much competition for these games. Oh my God, which one do I try first? Which one's better? And there might be even teams like Team Flip Cup versus Team Pong. Which one's better? And the better games will win. So that's where competition and hustle meets experience and patience, because you're going to have so many different things. The competition will be fierce, and you'll see the winners. The winners will be the ones that put in all this work. But again, at first, you're going to see a bunch of people throw a bunch of money at this, and that's going to be it, first to market. And then you're going to have the competition, and then through that, through the wars, through the dogfights, it's okay. Now here's the top competition, the top ones, and those people will earn ad revenue. Those people will earn. But again, why I say it's going to be hard is because there's going to be a lot of people doing it. I'm going to be doing it. I want to be able to have like I said, Pokemon stadiums, Pokemon fights, and maybe if you like, you have Wii boxing. There's no reason why we can't have. I'm gonna have a boxing gym in New York. I think the only thing that could be more badass than that is a boxing gym in Philadelphia called Mickey's. Mix or Mickey's? I forget what he calls them. The boxing gym. There's nothing that's the only thing that's stopping you is yourself. And my good friend, Steve, my good friend Aria Realty, I don't want to say his last name in case he doesn't himself, said to me, "Hey, listen, like, he told me like before, I have, school in May. He's going to school to be an X-ray technician, which is what I was going to do when I got out of the military. But then, I found this, high risk lending business, and I just jumped ship with that. Steve followed out. He got out, and he's actually following the path that I once was walking on. And I said, like, Steve, listen, and this is advice that I'm giving him, my friend. Not exactly saying this for you. Everyone's situation is different. I was like, Steve, listen, you have so much money, so much net worth in there. Are you going to try to go to school so that in a couple of years, when you finish, you start making $40,000 or $50,000 a year before tax? See, like, you're gonna, because I know what's gonna happen. I told him, Steve, I'm gonna keep making videos, and halfway through your semester, you're just not gonna be able to anymore because you have to study. And you're gonna see, right now he's got 2,000 subscribers. I have like 1,350. Like, Steve, you're gonna see me go past you. You're gonna see me going from making $10 to $12 a day to about $50 to $100 a day, and you're gonna be there thinking like, why did I try to stay in school? So I told him, listen, you have the opportunity to make a lot of money here, not just with YouTube, but because of his net worth in there, the amount of tiles he has is ridiculous. Like, you can make a lot more money on Earth 2 already when we can't even do anything, just buy and sell land, than you are going to be going to school. Don't go to school. Again, I'm just telling him this because he's my friend, even though it would be beneficial to me for him to go to school, for him to stop making videos, and for me to absorb all his viewers. But I don't want to tell him that. I don't want that to happen because, again, we serve together, and if you've been through what we've been through, you'd understand the wanting the best for each other. And the same way, like, I want every one of you guys to make money, and I'm not saying to drop out of school to chase this, but I will tell you this: yes, if you don't put any of your chips on the table, if you don't bet anything, you're not going to lose. You're not going to lose anything if you don't bet, but you're not going to become successful if you don't go out there and risk failure. I have failed so many freaking times in my life. I got lucky that all of these things have been working out. I'm good with numbers. I'm good with risk and data analysis. I got into high risk lending. That happens to pair well with me. My nerd brain goes into Pokemon. What I did with risk and data analysis and finance, put to Pokemon before anybody else was. And that worked out. Tesla, I did the same thing. I got lucky. I don't want to say this, but I wish COVID never happened. 2020 was a really awful year, and it hurt a lot of us. But when a crisis comes, that means opportunity. I got into Tesla when it came down. Again, I'm just telling you this because you have to be willing to risk losing everything. You have to be willing to risk falling on your face to do that. And for me, like, I'm willing to walk away from this job where just one of my, not vendors, one of my people happened to give me a 1099 today, and I'm going to try to cover up if I have anything on here, but I'm just going to change the camera. Okay. That is, I have two people paying me. That is one of the people paying me. I'm willing to walk away from this business to go on Earth 2. And you're saying, you're literally giving up a 6-figure salary. Why would you do that? Because I have the foresight to know that this YouTube, Earth 2, the income cap, how much we could make, is much higher than the cap of what I can make with high-risk lending. A high-risk lending, yeah, low 6 figures. But the cap of Earth 2 is so much greater because of the potential of ad revenue, I can only lend to business. I can't even lend to normal people. I can only lend to business owners. I am going to be leaving this six-figure job, this business that I have created. This has created the most painful. Made me money, but it cost me a lot. It cost me a lot of time. I have shed tears over this. I suicidal in 2020. Like it was a bad time. But it makes me a lot of money. I'm willing to walk away from this because Earth 2 has so much more potential. And I am killing myself trying to do all three between high risk lending, Pokemon, and then videos. So I cannot do this forever. My brain hurts and my heart hurts, and my girlfriend sees it in me, and I can't do it much longer. So I have to pick one or the other. Earth 2, between land income tax and referral codes, maybe like a couple hundred a week. It's one maybe like 100 something a week. I can't support myself on that, but I can live off my savings and I can do this. And that's why I told Steve, like, Steve, we can do this. Like, we have to be willing to risk to fail. And again, this is not advice to you guys. This is just what I'm doing. I don't know when I'm going to do that. I'm going to work until I break myself. But for those of you that are on the fence, if you're waiting for a sign, this is it. This is it. And I'm going to go over questions as well. Somebody asked me to go over my portfolio, which I will do right now for you guys. All right, let's see what we got. Antarctica, I just purchased from my friend Brian for like $335. This I've had for a while. I unfortunately have 70 properties. I want 69, for the lulz. Everyone drop the lulz, your favorite 69 or 420 meme down below. Chavez oil. This is when I thought we would be able to get oil resource from oil dispensaries, but it is not. I bought the flight line on Turkey. More Chavez oil. Here is Qatar, known as the sandbox in the military. I thought, again, in Russia, we could spawn oil, so I just bought a bunch of tiles in the water. Yemen, just because it was cheap. I bought this at like 14 cents. Machu Picchu, that's where I was born. I was born in Peru. Northeast Greenland, I think it's because it was cheap. Madagascar, because reasons. Jerusalem, because this is one of the most controversial places in the world. And I don't know, I want to be able to broker peace deals between Israelites and Palestinians. Russia, for other, again, more things. I don't even know what that is. I think that's the Amazon. Here's one of my Pokemon stadiums. Here's my manga center that I want in Kyoto, Japan. South Africa, a lot of South Africa, because I believe in that. Mr. J1S, shout out to him, one of the best rappers to come from Levittown, New York. Name that after him. Here's the guy that I had bought the other Antarctica from. He also has a interesting shaped land in Antarctica. Bigum, if you're listening, comment down below with where everyone can see what you built there. More Antarctica. Here's Brazil. I bought so much Brazil and India in the beginning just because I thought they'd be good resource materials. Dolphin relations. BRICS Brazil. Again, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. South Korea I have a little bit of. China as well. Oh, wow. A Russian Pokemon Stadium. I have a friend that lives in St. Gallen in Switzerland. I just bought a couple of tiles there just, for him. I put in the boxing club. Like, if anyone wants to buy it for more than it's worth, you can. The Penguin Zoo, Ali Al Salem, the air base, and I bought the Silver Bullet over there as well. That's the dining facility that we have on base. Here's the Massapequa Preserve. Here's All American. Let's have random tiles in Manhattan. Golden Week in Japan. For all those of you that don't know, it's a really cool holiday. And it's where I used to live. And more Brazil and stuff. And I don't know what Surfer's Paradise is. I guess it's in Australia, might. So that is that. That took up a nice 4 minutes. All right, so time to go over some questions that I've received since the last video has dropped. Okay. Where will your mega city be? So I think right now the mega city I would want in Antarctica, just because that's different. Nobody has a mega city in there, and that's where I happen to have the most tiles, and where if I needed more tiles, I could go in there. As far as the Pokemon stuff, I would want maybe I guess little towns outside of the Pokemon stadiums, and maybe also if I could, hey, here's one Pokemon stadium. Click, go into this portal and go to the other Pokemon stadiums that I have around. That would be really cool. Um, can you make multiple avatars so that you can get more foot traffic to your own place? Yeah, you need two accounts, but yeah, you can have those. And I don't know if that'd be worth it though, just because you're not, one extra person. I mean, if you make like 10 accounts and you have 10 people there always constantly, maybe I guess I don't know. Can your avatar work out and get yoked? Um, I think that part of the new resources that they said will be really beneficial later in the game. That's something that I think, oh, you take this resource, your avatar gets yoked or jacked or ripped for one fight, and or something like that, and where you're invulnerable, certain things like that. You said you want to recreate a burger place, all American. Why would we pay for uneatable food? Again, depending on what you do, how it's coded in the game, if you make something, it could have benefits towards your avatar in the warring world. I'm hoping they do something like that. Is it worth buying an island of like 20 tiles? I think right now, whatever you buy is going to pay you dividends in the future. And especially like if it's island, beachfront property, people are always going to want that. Like again, Uncharted Islands, Nigel Island from the Wild Thornberries. Name it whatever you want. It's going to be really cool. Could a moon, Mars, or other planets exist in this game? This is something that I haven't talked about yet, but I fully believe that the one of the Easter eggs that will happen at some point, someone will dig down and it'll be like this Mario type of, bloop, 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 pew, and it shoots you off into like Mars, onto the moon. That's something that I think if it's not coded in the game yet, it probably will be because there is so much potential for that. Oh, we're done mining stuff. Oh, moon rocks. This gives us another power. Asteroids. We could mine on asteroids. We could mine on Mars. We can terraform Mars. We can terraform the tiles on Earth. We can terraform Mars. Yes, I 100% believe that. Motiva asks, do you think people buying so many resource areas at the beginning will make the market flooded with them? I hope so. Why? Because if you're going to have so many people get flooded with materials and you're going to want to build things really, really quickly, great. Have everyone flood it. Everyone's going to undercut each other and you're going to get resources so freaking cheap. You're going to be able to go and build everything so fast. Because again, if you're only just collecting resources and you only have a certain amount of tiles and you can't get them quicker and there's a marketplace, but that's the marketplace and everyone else selling for under the marketplace, yeah, buy as much as you can. That's what I would do. He continues, I know resources will always be needed, but it seems like everyone is buying right now. Yes, so that he's just concerned that it'll be flooded with it and people won't make money, maybe they'll lose money. There is a reason the developers are making their own marketplace because there probably won't be enough materials to go around. I think let's say we have 10,000 tiles, like I do, and you have 1,000, it spawns 1,000 pieces of wood. How many houses can that make? The people that only have a couple of tiles or even a couple hundred tiles, maybe it only produces so much and you need to buy more. So I don't think they'll be running out. Or I don't think that there'll be so much that I think we'll need whatever that we're going to be able to use them as quickly as we can get them. And that's why they have that marketplace. So you could buy more. So that's what I think. I don't even think people are going to be selling theirs for that cheap just because they're going to want to build stuff on their own. So that's it, guys. Any questions about what I talked about before, just let me know. Again, I'm all in. I am Luke Danes in while he's talking to Lorelai and Gilmore Girl reference. Drop your favorite Gilmore Girl episode down below. Yeah, I love this idea. I love it. I'm going to walk away from things that make me a lot of money for this game because of the potential that it has. Meow, 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 meow.